weekly dose of politics,
snark, and heavy metal music.
All rise, motherfucker.
for your hosts, Brandon
And Matt.
Hide the rum.
Performer hasn't been provided with a script. As a matter of fact, I have been permitted to choose my own words and discuss my own ideas regarding the choice that we face in the next few weeks. I have spent most of my life as a Democrat. I recently have seen fit to follow another course.
The defense policy of the United States is based on a simple premise. The United States does not start fights. We will never be an aggressor.
As for the peace that we would preserve, I wonder who among us would like to approach the wife or mother whose husband or son has died in South Vietnam and ask them if they think this is a peace that should be maintained indefinitely. There can be no real peace while one American is dying someplace in the world for the rest of us. We're at war with the most dangerous enemy that has ever faced mankind in his long climb from the swamp to the stars. And it's been said if we lose that war, and in so doing lose this way of freedom of ours, history will record with the greatest astonishment that those who had the most to lose did the least to prevent its happening. Well, I think it's time we ask ourselves if we still know the freedoms that were intended for us by the Founding Fathers.
Freedom is never more than one generation away from extinction. You and I must protect and preserve freedom here, or it will not be passed on to our children, and it will disappear everywhere in the world.
If we lose freedom here, there's no place to escape to. This is the last stand on earth. And this idea that government is beholden to the people, that it has no other source of power except the sovereign people, is still the newest and the most unique idea in all the long history of man's relation to man. This is the issue of this election. Whether we believe in our capacity for self-government or whether we abandon the American Revolution and confess that a little intellectual elite in a far distant capital can plan our lives for us better than we can plan them ourselves. Regardless of their sincerity, their humanitarian motives, those who would trade our freedom for security have embarked on this downward course. They knew that governments don't control things. A government can't control the economy without controlling people. And they know when a government sets out to do that, it must use force and coercion to achieve its purpose.
We, the people. We, the people, tell the government what to do. It doesn't tell us. We, the people, are the driver. The government is the car. Almost all the world's constitutions are documents in which governments tell the people what their privileges are. Our Constitution is a document in which we, the people, tell the government what it is allowed to do.
This administration in Washington has betrayed the working men and women of this country.
I hope we have once again reminded people that man is not free unless government is limited. There's a clear cause and effect here that is as neat and predictable as a law of physics. As government expands, liberty contracts.
A recession is when your neighbor loses his job. A depression is when you lose yours. And recovery is when President of the United States loses his.
Someday, when the time comes to deliver the final ultimatum, our surrender will be voluntary, because by that time, we will have been weakened from within spiritually, morally, and economically. The martyrs of history were not fools. Where then is the road to peace? Well, it's a simple answer after all. You and I have a rendezvous with destiny. We'll preserve for our children this, the last best hope of man on earth, or we'll sentence them to take the last step into 1,000 years of darkness.
And hello, everybody, and welcome to the machine. I am Brandon,
And I'm Matt.
and we got stogies today. I wanted a cigar, and by the way, my wrapper won't come off.
Ha!
It's not working. I didn't want to do it this way. Hey, I had to break the band. I don't like breaking the band. Well, we don't have a whole lot for tonight. We got a few things that we're going to get through that I'll probably segue into other you asshole. Into much larger topics. But we got some things that we need to unfortunately talk about. But normally this is where I tell you about the fuckery that I've been through for the week. But actually Matt had something happen, and I don't know. I think we should mention it in honor of somebody. So I'll let you lead off on that.
Oh, it was actually about 2 weeks ago. Real good friend of mine, he was also my neighbor, had a heart attack. His heart actually stopped. They got him resuscitated, and he went to the hospital. Was there for about a week, and they ran some tests on him because he wasn't responding. Found out he had no brain activity. So unfortunately, the family made the difficult decision to unplug him from the machine, and he passed away Monday. Well, if you kind of notice my post, I put hashtag Semper Fi because he was a Marine.
Yeah.
And he was a very loyal friend. He was an amazing person. And he's going to be terribly missed.
Yeah, so I broke protocol tonight, and not only brought the remaining stogies that I've been kind of hoarding in the background there, but this is the only bottle we have of this. Well, we pull, so we don't have a bunch of liquor. But this bottle is only supposed to be for special occasions. And it's weird. I was gonna debut this bottle and be like, listen, this bottle's the special bottle. What we want good things to happen. If good things to happen, if you got, like good things to happen for, with us, with you guys or whatever, or, we get things figured out and get some money rolling into the show and stuff like that. We wanted to, basically to where this bottle wouldn't last. Technically it's supposed to last a full fucking year. But we wanted to where this bottle wouldn't last because so many good things have been happening. But I took it upon myself to say, he's a fellow Marine, so only the best for my boy, I
I had to go through and find some stuff I went through his apartment because I had to find some stuff for his mom, and I found all of his uniforms hanging up in the closet. They still looked like they were brand new, had been pressed and like they were ready to be thrown on.
Yeah.
So even his dress blues.
Yep. So, you're going to be doing the honors.
The only thing I'm having difficult trying to find for his mom is his dog tags. I do not know where they are at.
Did you check his vehicle? Did you check his shoes?
Actually, I have to say something to his mom because his shoes went with him that night.
Well, remember, one of the most common things, and still to this day I do it. There's one of mine right there in my shoe. I had to explain to a young kid at the racetrack one night what that was, because he pointed at it and he's like, why do you have your tag in your shoe? And the father looked at me and I was like, do you really want me to tell him? And I was like, well, hold on a second. I asked his dad, I was like, how do you want me to tell him? He's like, tell him the truth. I was like, you want me to tell him what that's for? He goes, yes. And I looked at the kid and I said, son, sometimes that's all that's left.
Yeah.
And it took him a second, and he realized, he wasn't more than 7, 8 years old. And he goes, oh. And he figured it out. And I said, yes. I said, I keep one in case of emergency. My blood type and everything is on there. If I'm ever in a vehicle crash or motorcycle crash or anything else like that is on my foot. If they find it, and because there's still places out there that are trained to look. There's some probably not the ones here. But in some in bigger cities and stuff like that, they're trained to look at the shoes because you never know, there might be an identifying tag on them. But still waiting. I know, Sherman, man, things have been just absolutely crazy. I'm sorry. I swear I'll get to you probably tomorrow. I promise that. Oh, damn, Katie. I'm sorry to hear that. She lost her aunt Tuesday as well.
Damn. Yeah, sorry to hear that.
But well, I guess let's do what we do best here. Besides be complete jackasses on the air. Just light up the stogies and I'm sure he'd be enjoying one with us if he was here. I got a piece of this. Our cigar cutter fucking sucks.
Something was kind of funny. Like sometimes when some of us would all go out to drink, he always looked out for us because he would never drink. He was always the DD.
Well, that's a reversal from.
It is. It's very much so, but.
Fuck, mine already went out. He's still got some pretty good moisture to him. This one went out quick. All right, what do you think of that one?
It's not bad.
Better than the other one?
I don't know. It's close.
This one's a bitch to keep lit. Yes, this is about to happen. Clean it. Clean it. There. Motherfucker, it's like you haven't drank from behind me before. Try this one. Hurry up, it's going to go out. That was not lighting very good. Did it go out? Dude, that one's not bad. Not bad at all. What do you think?
They're not bad.
By the way, that takes a lot of fucking trust because I'm actually a germaphobe. Ask him.
He is.
I don't even drink shit after people. I'm like, nope, you're fucking nasties in that. I'm not. Oh.
I mean, I'm not really much of a germaphobe, but there are some things that really gross me out, and you'll see me get the heebie-jeebies where I'm like, ugh.
This one's kind of light and airy. You notice that?
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking for cracks in the cigar because it's so airy. You almost got to hotbox it. But it is not terrible. I like that one though. That's a good one. Brian, only if they pay me enough. No, that was through text message.
Oh, I was going to say, what? He didn't come through on my end.
Yeah, this one does not want to stay lit. Oh, there it is. Anyhow.
Can't see through all the smoke. Sorry.
Yeah. Tim. And another unfortunate tradition we have is this particular song. So we'll be right back. I forgot something. All right, and we're back, and I mean, it had to be done. You know, I knew Matt knew him much better than I did. I knew who he was. That was Matt's friend, you know. But still, you know, a tragic ending to a guy, it just bugs me.
He was 1 year younger than I was. I think that's one of the things that's been really getting me.
You know what? I think we used that one audio I played for you earlier. You know, since you know he was military and stuff like that. That we can make fun of the female draft dodger. Should we?
Yeah,
We'll go with that first. You guys are not going to believe this shit. Seriously. It's only really. It's not. It's that short. It's only 29 seconds long, but it's enough to let you know that the mentality of people is just.
Seemed like it was longer than that. When you played it earlier.
Yeah.
If women are drafted to the military, I am most excited to see the confrontation between commanding officers and the girls. You think?
Oh, so am I.
I am too.
Gratuitous use of the word fucker is going to be thrown around, and you are probably not going to. It's not going to happen the way you think it is.
Mm-hmm.
These are the same kind of people, like even the guys. I couldn't be in the military, man, because the first time a drill instructor hit my face, I'd knock his ass out.
Yeah. About the first time you move, you're going to be on the picking yourself up off the ground.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead. I watched a kid lay his hands on a drill instructor. Let's see what happens. I mean, not only did that drill instructor take care of business, but several other drill instructors joined in taking care of business. Not going to lie, I was actually kind of enjoying it. He was in another platoon, and he was a shitbag. And he took a swing at one of the drill instructors. Dude dropped him. I was like, this is sweet. And then they all dogpiled out. I mean, dude, they were just beating the piss out of him. I'm like,
did he learn his lesson?
I hope. After he regained consciousness and possibly had to relearn English, but I don't fucking care. You know, somebody be like, oh, I can hear him now. The Mothers of America and stuff like that. That's not right. They shouldn't be putting hands on people. You know, it's they should have been turning bullshit. He fucking did it first. Surprise! You're in the military.
Yep.
Oh, here we go.
We're going to let you yell at us? You think we're going to do something without a please and thank you?
A please and thank you.
Now you know damn well that's not going to happen.
Could you please return fire?
Yeah, you are to listen and do. You are going to do that lawful order from your superior, or it's going to be the boot in your ass. There ain't no stress cards in most places, trust me.
We've all had controlling ex-boyfriends. We know not to put up with that bullshit.
What exactly does she think she's going to put up with?
It must be the issue of being told what to do. That's what I believe.
Yeah, she's going to have a bad time. I'm just going to put that out there. She's going to have a bad time. Christina says they will have to draft women as well, or suddenly a huge swath of the young will identify as a woman. This is true. We've actually heard this.
Like, let's sit down and have a conversation about what you want and what I want, and we'll reach a happy medium. Because there.
Did you hear what she just said? We'll sit down and have a conversation, and there's some give and take. No, really, there's not. Lawful orders, boot and ass. That's all you need to fucking know. They ain't gonna play with you, bitch. I love how they think this, though. I honestly do. It's impressive.
I keep getting like major pain rolling through my head. I'm sorry, Mr. Handicap Man. Did I offend you?
It's not over yet, guys.
There's no way I'm doing what you want when you use that tone with me. You think
Oh,
She thinks it's going to happen like in the middle of a combat zone. I think they're going to just come to a table and have peace talks instead of shooting at each other, or what? I mean,
Some motherfuckers are always trying to ice skate uphill.
Oh, we're not even done yet.
you can push us around like you do with these men? Think again, baby. You're gonna learn some manners.
oh, I think that's going
It's
to be
good-
the other way around.
It's going to be the other way around. You're going to learn what a fucking size 10 can do to somebody's face. I hope you like sand because you're going to be eating a lot of it.
Mm-hmm.
If you think your feelings are hurt, the second they start yelling at you, yeah, it gets worse. You're not going to have a good time.
I could just see that. Are you crying?
Yeah, this one's wrapped bad, dude. Look at that.
Yeah. Christina, soap in a sock.
Soap in a sock. I mean, some of the people. I know some female enlisted and some female officers. This bitch ain't gonna fucking survive. I mean, like literally, they might kill her. I mean, what the fuck do they think? Do they think like Massett on the battlefield? Do they think they're gonna be like, hold on, let's talk about this first, and we'll compromise, and then we'll shoot at each other or something?
Time out.
You know, like these motherfuckers when they started that stress card shit.
Yeah.
What do you think? We're teaching them to fucking kill people. We're teaching them to go to battle so that they will survive. We're giving them the skills to do their job so they may come home alive. Do you think the fucking enemies be like, oh, he's got the stress card out. Shit, we can't shoot at him for at least 20 minutes. No, they're going to fucking blow his head off. Her head off. Whoever's head off. Thank you, Amazon, for telling me the rain's possible, you fucking... It's been raining all day. Exactly. I broke a fingernail. I lost an eyelash. Yeah, exactly, Christina. Yeah, fuck that. I try to understand these people. I try to, but I just can't. They're like, well, I didn't go willingly. Well, if you would have went willingly, we wouldn't have had to in the first place. You ever think of that? Yes, exactly. Proud American says, I joined America for the free manicure and pedicures. Yeah, exactly. Josh says, that's the future of our military. Dude, you should see the future of the military now. I'm not joking, and this was years ago. I had somebody call me from base, and I was talking to him. I was like, what's that noise in the background? He's like, oh, we're standing in formation. I was like, and you're on your cell phone?
What the fuck?
He's like, yeah, they let us have cell phones, stuff like that. I was like, you're in formation, you're on your cell phone. And I'm pretty sure his entire fucking platoon heard me because I go, get the fuck off your cell phone! Click. I didn't hear from that motherfucker for months, dude. It was like, he's like, what was that about? And I'm like, well, get the fuck off your cell phone. I was like, you're in formation. Have some respect. Have some decorum. Do what you're supposed to do. This is the military, not a fucking frat party. I don't know why you motherfuckers are speaking Spanish. Neither one of us speak Spanish. You act like we know what the fuck you're saying. The color clashes. I can't wear this. Everything else is wearing it. Yeah. So Matt, I guess I'm going to let you do it. You can do the review on that bottle. Just tell them what you told me.
So, did you show them the bottle?
No, you can. Yeah, I'll let you do it.
So you take a sip of it. Oh my God, it's amazing. It's got this wonderful taste to it. And as you start to swallow it, then it gets extremely fucking angry.
Yeah, the proof rating, sir?
118?
That bottle's 118.6 proof. Probably the smoothest shit you'll ever drink, though.
I've never had anything that proof. You know, like when you first drink it, just fucking angry. It's like, oh my God, this tastes amazing. Oh my God, it's angry. It's really good.
Yeah, but it's a true bourbon though. It's got that the oak and the sugar, the barley. Yeah, I mean it.
You taste all those notes when
Yeah.
it first hits your tongue.
And then it's like, fuck you.
It's like, this is my house now.
Yeah, and you look like a finished jail bitch. I don't want to hear it.
Damn, Ryan.
Well, you don't think mine was low blow enough? Not going to do it. Remember the movie The Fly?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I went ahead and let that go. It's good, but it's so hard to keep lit. You're like you said. I think it's poorly wrapped.
Yeah, and the way it was burning
It's burning funny, and dude, I'm starting to get that overburn.
Mm-hmm.
So I put it down because I'm tasting it too bad. It's gross.
Yeah,
the flavor of it's good, but having to hotbox the fucking thing to get anything out of it's just not going to happen. You guys are fucking mean, you know that? Seriously, you're really mean. You know, I'm a sensitive guy. I do have feelings and morals, and they're very low, but I have them. I don't even know if we have half of this shit on here that I'm looking for, though. We got other audio to get to and stuff like that, but... Dude, I know I put this on here. So, what are you guys doing this weekend? Because apparently it's going to be raining like a motherfucker here.
you know, and it's about that time because it's like every so many years we end up with a cold, wet Halloween.
Mm-hmm.
So, and it's been a while since we've had one.
Yeah, but the problem is the trick-or-treating days are perfectly fine. It's the weekend. It's going to get shit.
Yeah.
Because somebody in this room asked me to do something, and now we don't think we can do it, and it kind of hurts my feelings.
Oh, I'm kind of wondering if we're still going to have the turnout because we were expecting it to be, you know, when we first come up with the idea that it was going to be nice that weekend, and
yeah,
and now it's like, yeah, hopefully we still get a good turnout.
Right.
So.
Yeah, they're having a trunk or treat for the Boy Scouts, and due to the popularity of the race car, Matt asked if we could bring it there, and I was like, absolutely. You know, we love doing the displays. We love seeing the kids' faces light up when they see it, and because we're the only car that they're allowed to crawl in, and but it's gonna be what, 40 degrees.
I think 40 is the high.
Yeah.
For
So
Sunday.
Yeah. So our maximum, we would not be able to start the car unless we kept it running and kept constantly starting it, to keep it warm. So that was out the window. So we couldn't do a bark off and scare the kids, let them know what these things are like. We can't do that. So we're like, okay, we'll just bring it for display. And like the rain, we're not leaving this thing out in the rain either.
Yeah.
Because we'd have to cover the engine and everything else like that. And it being as cold as it is, the engine actually runs off of straight water. So we have to pull, once it starts getting cold out, we usually pull the engine because it's got to stay inside. But all right. Not sure all these conflicts start to blend together. This is true. Sherman, I'm going to compose music for FBS with my lead guitar player. That's awesome. Don't ask, don't tell policy.
He's just being rotten to you.
Yeah, but see, everybody has to have a hero, and I'm his because he was just in the guard. They take your guys' firing pins away. Fuck with me a little more. Besides, those stress cards we were talking about? It's your branch that uses them. Biatch. Besides, I bet you look cute in them little ODs. He's only like a couple blocks away. I'll probably strangle him sometime. Oh, crap.
I always like it when we get some of the Navy guys come in. Because, you can see them coming down the road in their uniforms. And I have more than once stepped out and be like, you boys lost?
Yeah, there's no body of water here, and you're not going to match the deck of the aircraft carrier, so you need to go back to your spot. I get it. They're the seaborne Uber. Sorry, my brother's in the Navy. I'm just fucking with you. But blue, I don't care if you're on a fucking ocean or not. Sooner or later, you got to get off that ship. What if you're under attack or if you're in port, got to go to port or something like that?
You stick out like a sore thumb.
Right.
Like I said, and I kid you not, you can literally see them where my guard shack is. You see them coming down the road.
Yeah, it's bad when you can do that. Dude, even the Air Force has got actually decent, halfway decent camouflage. The Navy's like, no. I'm so going to get fucking in trouble for that one. Yeah. But yeah, that's what we were going. Those little sailor suits are sexy now. Sure. Because they have a shelf so you can, never mind. Yes, their Cracker Jack uniform is really nice. It has a flap for sex. I can hear my friends in the Navy right now. They're screaming at the fucking screen like, motherfucker, I'm gonna... Love you guys too. Anyhow, we're going to take a break because it is Halloween. We got to play this because we do. So we'll be back.
What you listening to?
The Machine Radio Show.
What did you say?
I didn't stutter. I said.
The Machine Radio Show.
You just blew my mind.
You're welcome.
Enjoy the show.
All right, let's get back to work. Hey, Brian, you go ahead and occupy the area, and we're going to move on forward, okay? That was another military joke. You stay still and occupy the section. The rest of us will go and do it. Anyhow. What? I told you, don't fuck with me, sir. Okay, so we've talked an awful lot about this over and over again, and this time we got a little bit more audio for it. But we've talked about child trafficking and child exploitation and a lot of other things on this show from time to time at great length. And of course, when the whole thing started over in Europe with the two warring parties. One of the excuses, well, if they're stopping child trafficking. Actually, they turned out to be the biggest child traffickers in Europe. But unfortunately, we seem to be the best child traffickers here in the fucking States. If you don't know what's going on with my Dorcas, that guy, the secretary guy for the border stuffs, he's not all that great. Neither is his staff. We have some audio from his staff talking about getting grilled about the 85,000 missing children. And yes, I said that correctly. 85,000 children that were handed over to labor traffickers and shit. And they don't know where any of them are. But wait till you hear some of this shit. It gets wild. This is 6 minutes and 29 seconds. I do apologize for the audio ahead of time because the only copy of this that I could get, unfortunately, has music to it, so it gets annoying instead of just talking. But we'll do what we can with it.
Or after you release them to labor traffickers.
Senator, every child that comes into our care gets a Know Your Rights presentation as well as...
Have you read these?
Right off the bat, every child that we get a hold of, it gets a Know Your Rights. What rights?
Yeah, what exactly she's talking about?
Yeah, well, they'll explain, or at least a little bit.
New York Times reports these stories, the series of stories the New York Times has done on the children who are in your care. Have you read them?
Yes, I have.
Have you read that children are scrubbing dishes They are operating heavy machinery. They are delivering meals. They are harvesting coffee. They are working construction. They are working as housekeepers. They are working overnight shifts at plants where they are not paid. They are not going to school. They are not cared for. They are not giving meals. Almost all of it illegally. Are you aware of that?
No, you're not hallucinating. This is not China. This is the United States. This is here.
That's a yes or no.
Yes.
Do the know
She's actually aware of it.
your rights presentation help them in those situations?
Senator ORR.
That's a yes or no, I think. Do you really think that you're helping these children by releasing them to labor traffickers and, yes, sex traffickers? 85,000 children whom you have no contact with, and your answer is we gave them a presentation before we turned them over to these people who are exploiting them on a scale not seen in this country for 100 years, a century. A century. It's a disgrace in the United States of America. Let me ask you this. You did an audit, I noticed, where you gave yourself a clean bill of health. So just tell me this. Do you require sponsors?
Oh, hold on. Before we get into that, yes, she actually did give her own self. She did her own review.
She did her own review.
She did her own review and gave herself the greatest marks ever, kind of like Mayorkas. He thought, he's like, yes, me, I did it, I'm great. It's the exact fucking opposite, but hey. But are you listening to this? This is just the fucking beginning. This is just the tip of its dick. We're just getting started. It gets worse from here.
To document their relationship with the child.
Senator, we have a thorough vetting process.
Do you require sponsors to document their relationship with the child?
Yes, we go through.
No, you do not. You do not. Have you read the Senate's Permanent Subcommittee on Investigations reports on your office? There was one in 2016. There was one in 2018. There was one in 2020. There was one in 2022. Spanning administrations, what they found is you do not require sponsors to document their relationship with the child. You release them anyway. What about background checks? Do you require background checks on all adults in the household?
In cases where the child is being released to their parents, we do not require background checks. But Senator, I would
Do you
really
require
like,
background checks on all adults in the household in any case?
Yes, in some cases we do.
What percentage of cases do you do?
In some cases. Shouldn't it be all cases?
Well, if she's not requiring them to document their relationship, then there would be no need to do a background check. Is what they're. I guarantee you that's how she's operating.
She's thinking that way, yeah.
Background checks on the adults in the household.
I don't have that number.
Do you do home visits in all cases? You can actually see where these children are being released, whose care you're putting them in?
We do not do home visits in all cases. Senator, I'd really like the opportunity to talk.
We do not do visits in all cases.
Do they do visits on any cases?
Right. And what's the percentage?
Yeah. It's probably like 1% or less.
I'm thinking so.
Talk about what we are doing.
I know what you're doing, and it's incredibly and totally inadequate. And we can read about it in the New York Times. Since you say you've read it, let's talk a little bit about that New York Times report if we could. Here's a quote from the April 17th installment. Again and again, veteran government staffers and outside contractors told HHS, including reports that reached the secretary, that children appeared to be at risk. Did you warn the secretary that children were at risk?
Senator, I'm in regular contact with the secretary. And
Did you warn him that children were at risk?
Safety and well-being of children is our top priority.
Did you warn him that children were at risk?
I'm not going to get into the conversations I've had.
You're here and you're under oath, and this is an oversight hearing, and we need to know what you're doing because you're manifestly not doing your job. Did you warn him that children were at risk? Do you believe that children are at risk? Let's start with that.
Yes.
Okay. Did you warn the secretary?
Senator, I'm not going to get into the
That would be a
specifics
no.
of my conversation, but I would like the opportunity
Why
to
wouldn't
talk
you
about-
warn the secretary that children were
I
at
would
risk?
like the opportunity to talk about what we
Let's
are
look at what the
doing.
secretary said to you. The other one, James.
I think it's fine. She keeps trying to interrupt. She's like, well, let's talk about what we are doing. No, we're more concerned about what the fuck you're not doing because you're putting these kids at risk and then you're bitching about. Never mind. I'm not going to go on a rant. Let's. Woosah, motherfucker. We still got 2 minutes and 28 seconds of this bitch. Anything to add before I hit the button?
No.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that one. At least 5 HHS staff members said they were pushed out after raising concerns about child safety. Mr. Becerra, the secretary, told the ORR director, that's you, right, that if she could not increase the number of discharges, he would find someone who could. And then he went on to say that if Henry Ford had run his plants like this, he would never have become famous and rich. This is not the way you do an assembly line. Get the kids out, run them through, get them out to those sponsors, those traffickers. Why didn't you resign when he said this? Do you think that this is morally acceptable?
Oh, let's pause right there. By the way, because I know there's going to be questions. I know somebody's going to say something. No, I did not confuse DHS with ORR. But they do work hand in hand because remember, we have the crisis at the border and some of these kids are brought over and then they're left. And then they're put in the system. It's linked. There's a very distinct link, and that's the reason why I brought Mayorkas and everybody up.
And that's I mean, this has been our concern about the border for quite some time is who are these people that are bringing these children?
Right.
And they're not even finding out if it's a parent or not.
I mean, where's that bitch from the squad? You know, is she going to go down and start yelling at another parking lot again because of this? You know, the potato.
Mm-hmm.
Minute and 44 seconds left.
Jesus.
Senator, I joined ORR in September of 2022. I believe that was reported prior to my arrival, but I cannot speak.
This is from an article this year.
I can't speak to what the secretary.
Do you think that this is acceptable to run ORR like an assembly line and to release these children to traffickers?
We do not run ORR like an assembly line. The safety and well-being of children is our top concern, and by
Plainly
statute,
not. Plainly, it is not your top concern because you have managed to lose 85,000 of them, and the Times knows where they are, or 2/3 of them, and they're with labor traffickers. It's unbelievable. Let me just ask you this. How many kids right now, the 430,000 approximately, unaccompanied children have crossed the border under this administration? It's an astounding number.
Told you they were linked.
How many are you in regular contact with right now?
Senator, we have a number of different providers across the country. who
But what's the
provide
number? What's the number? How many of you are you in? You said child welfare is your top concern. What's the number?
I don't have the specific numbers.
How can you not know? Why would you come to this hearing and not know?
Respectfully, if you would like us to provide comprehensive case management to children after they're released from our care so we can report
Respectfully, I would like you to do your job and not release children to human traffickers. Respectfully, that's what I would like. I'd like you not facilitate the largest child trafficking ring in American history. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Well, and you heard what she said. Once they leave our facility, they're no longer our problem. That's exactly what she said. Think about that. This, by the way, is also kind of indicative of the adoption system.
Yeah.
This is all linked, especially when it comes to DHS and everything else like that. We already know about all this. I want to know what you guys think. Because there's a lot of hoopla about child trafficking this, child trafficking that, and nobody wants to do a fucking thing about it. What they do is they allow bitches like this to fucking run these program, these programs and stuff and like that, and they're not even doing their job. They're not even coming close to it. They do not care about the kids. Don't let these bleeding heart motherfuckers up there in Washington tell you that they give a shit about those kids. They don't give a flying shit about them. This proves it. It's all about the votes. They only want to save their jobs. They do not give a shit about these kids. They're not doing anything for them. Remarkable lack of curiosity. Exactly. Matt says, typical, she doesn't have the important information to hand. It's not even funny. No, it's not. These kids' lives are at stake. They come unprepared on purpose. That way they don't have to answer the questions under oath. This is true. They do that constantly. We've heard them actually say that. Admit the quiet part out loud. They did that with Mayorkas. And with the investigation into the former president and several other things. Seemingly it's only one side of the aisle that seems to do that constantly, but we can't mention that.
One of my concerns is she going to pay, the repercussions?
It hit me twice. I'm attacking it.
Are they going to prosecute her for failing to do her job?
Absolutely not. You know damn well they're not going to. I mean, they didn't even prosecute Bullshift for lying to Congress for 4 years straight. And still lying to Congress and to the people to this day. Nothing. The guy that pulled the fire, knowingly pulled the fire alarm, he's going to get a misdemeanor. If we done it, that's considered a false report, and it's a felony.
Yep.
No, this shit's not going to, nothing's going to happen. Guaranteed. Hey, what's going on, man? About time you popped in. But, this is the kind of shit that we deal with. And this is not, I'll say it again, the whole conspiracy theory shit. This is not a conspiracy theory. This is real life. This is not a Q-tard thing. This is not an obscure publication that, gives you 5 to 15 minutes of information. Suddenly you think you fucking know everything about it. This is real life. This is what's happening. And it's being exposed, and it's not just being exposed by, them evil Republicans or them, the MAGAs or whatever the fuck else they want to call them. This is by everybody across the board that are fairly concerned about what's going on right now. Very concerned.
Yeah, it's... let's not forget that Epstein's list never got published.
Mm-hmm. Oh, don't worry. I seen a post the other day, and it's from a guy here in town that said that the reason why the list hasn't been published, or the reason why this and that, is because Epstein was best friends with Trump for 15 years. That's not even close to true. He's like, oh yeah, it is. Here's the stuff. Here's the affidavit and whatever else. I was like, yeah, that's not true. I was like, actually, if you bothered to listen to the transcripts and everything else like that, like they had on C-SPAN, which is not edited.
There was a lot of politicians on that list, a lot of actors and actresses.
Yep. And one of the persons, as soon as he even had a hint that something was going wrong over there, guess what he did? Distanced himself far from the Playboy. But what do we know? Matt says no, she's there for her paycheck only. This is true, and to give herself high marks and pat herself on the back. Christina says they'll find a low-hanging fall guy and sacrifice him when the going gets tough. You're absolutely right about that. That's just how government works. Shit rolls downhill. Massacre says, sadly, things are exposed daily. I mean, for fuck's sake, the whole world watched and read about Epstein and Maxwell and didn't even bat an eye. This is true. Not going to deny that. We talked about it. Trump barred him from Mar-a-Lago, among other places. He barred him from every place, and this was long before he ran for president. Bill Gates is, yes. Actually, the former president, the previous president, not on the list. A former president is, and you're not surprised because he did get impeached for getting a blowjob. Well, he got impeached for lying to the people and to Congress, but he got a beach in the Oval Office. I don't give a fuck about that either. I never did. I was like, good for him. He got an intern to suck his dick. Big fucking deal. Not my problem. The fact that he lied to us about it and lied to Congress about it was the problem. It wasn't the beach. How many of these kids ended up on Epstein Island? Hell, we may never know. Bill Gates is creepy as fuck anyway. See, I went through what the supposed list is, and by the way, the list hasn't been released. Not the actual list and not the full list. I went through that. I went through what they consider the list, and that's basically just a bunch of names and people that they said might be on it. The logs have not been released,
and probably never will be released.
Bill in the blue dress painting, yeah. Well, I mean, I guess he was painting it. I'm talking about the list period. It has not been released. That is not a verified release. Even the dark web doesn't have it because the list has never been uploaded.
Yeah, it was supposed to get released, and I don't remember what happened, but it got shut down. So it kind of sparked some truth into the categories of people that are in it.
Right. This just sounds like a Bill Clinton thing.
I highly doubt they fucking taught you to fucking close your eyes and fucking come wherever you want.
Well, that's what we're getting at, though, is the whole dark web thing and everything else like that. That's not even a real list. The list has never been uploaded to a computer. It only lives in that black book, and they don't want us to see it. It's going to take a lot of doing before that ever gets released. I guarantee you that. How are you going to hack a copy that doesn't exist? It's on paper. It's not an electronic manifest.
You got to think about this from a strategic standpoint. You would never put something like that on a computer. You would keep it in a little black book.
Yeah, even the Epstein logs that they did get, including computers and everything else like that. That shit was clean. Like BleachBit couldn't even have cleaned that motherfucker anymore because they were smart. They didn't put it on drives. They didn't put it to where it could be out there on the internet.
I was going to say Hillary couldn't have cleaned it anymore.
Right. Yeah, no shit. The painting of Clinton and Monica's blue dress, dude. That's a power move to hang in your... I know. Hey, what's going on, Patriot Night? Good to see you. Trust me, I wish it was. I wish there was a release of it, and I wish it was an actual release of it, but I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon, as much of a push as we've been doing for that. You don't think that I've got a stack of FOIA requests on my desk? Remember, historian. That's what I do. A lot of paperwork, a lot of FOIA requests. That being one of them, and I've sent it out multiple times and have never heard back. I'm probably never going to. I might get the redacted copy like I did that one. Remember? They sent me some paperwork and it was redacted. All I have is the fucker's name on it, and the rest of it was
that
black.
was so disappointing.
Like motherfuckers.
And you know what? They did that on purpose. It's like, let's just go ahead and send this to him because it'll be funny.
Yeah, you guarantee it.
Mm-hmm.
You guarantee that's what they did. Let's see. Did I not do it? Oh yeah, I forgot to do that. Yeah, that's my fault. Oh no, son of a business. Brandon made a fuck up. I gotta fix something real quick. Hold on.
What'd you do?
I forgot to add something to our audio list. So I gotta fix it. Yeah, I'm an idiot. It's hard to play something if you don't have it to where it actually exists. Just saying. Yeah, that was a big fuck up.
Oh, it's so good, but it's so angry.
Sissy. Sorry, I'm hurrying, guys. I did a fuck up. I'm trying to fix it.
Not gonna lie, so if you got the flu or a cold, this shit will cure it.
That shit'll cure cancer.
It definitely opens sinuses.
Yeah, that stuff kills anything. It does. Why is it not showing up? Damn it. You speak. Say something while I do this. I gotta get this fixed.
Uh-oh. Oh. So where do we go from here? So what do you guys want to talk about? We've had a request for the Nancy song.
I seen. Well, no, the song I want to play that is going to get played. I just got it fixed. Is just a representation because we do get a lot of hate mail. We do get a lot of people saying maybe you should just stop or, you're just not going to do very well or people aren't going to like you. People aren't going to like what you do or anything else like that. And then they, a lot of times they like to attack us. And I just felt like playing this song for them after I upload it like a moron because I fucked up again. Yep, it's going to be one of those nights. Yep, all right, here it is. We'll be right back.
Believing in my faith, integrity is my name.
Hey lefties, liberals, and progressives. This is not a safe space. I repeat, this is not a safe space.
If you are one of those squishies who are easily offended, put on your safety pins, pussy hats, and leave this radio station. Or you can free yourself and get educated.
Well, hell yeah! I tried to twist him up, but he wouldn't have it. Hell no. This old boy's wild. We about to have to keep this one.
You are listening to the Machine Radio Show with your hosts, Brandon
and Matt.
Talking about a bunch of hobos with fingers in each other's pooper in a stranger's car with talk radio playing really loud. It's going to be a nice evening.
Okay, shit just got real weird. I think I'm going to need a safe space.
What the? Are those friends of yours, Matt?
Oh, hell no.
Are you sure?
Oh, shut your dumpster and start the show already.
Well, all right, pissy pants. Let's do everything you want to do.
What the ass?
Dude, it's coming from my phone. What the fuck?
'Tis the season for spookiness.
Restarting that bitch. Dude, my phone started talking to itself. Patriot night, maybe stick around for a little while. Enjoy the night. Hey, it's a fucking party, right? We got more audio. Which we will get to. Hey, Per, it's good to see you, buddy. It's kind of a lackadaisical night because I'm having one of my episodes. We'll talk about that later. Matt knows what I'm referring to. I mean, we still got some audio left. I mean, we got one of the members of Hamas and a few other things. I mean, we got 5 minutes, 55 seconds to listen to him talk.
You mean ham-ass?
Ham-ass, yes.
Ham-ass.
Hey, you fuckers don't even come in and hang out with me anymore, Patriot Night, so you know. Oh, don't do that. I'm ugly enough on the small screen, let alone putting me on the big screen.
This is true.
And if I'm ugly, this motherfucker, like, you know. Put this on.
No.
Fine. I'll put it on. Yeah. Damn it. I tried. Is that better? Fine. I will wear this from now on. Shit, I got the drink tube and everything. Dude, I need my canteen. I need my bottle. I could put the bourbon in it.
I'll have to bring mine over sometime. So, you ever seen the first Resident Evil movie? The team that comes in, the mask that they're wearing. I have that exact same mask now.
What the fuck? We're gonna make this work. Huh? Oh, you know, this reminds me of how much I hate mop gear. It's warm in this bitch. Holy shit. Yeah, like I said, we got some audio from even one of the members and actually a relative of the founder of Hamas. And what they actually do and why I think it's important because, well, most people don't even know the history of Palestine. They don't know the history of Israel. They don't know what this conflict is about. They do not know what's going on. And I keep playing these clips because y'all motherfuckers need to learn. And it's hot as fuck in this thing. You know, the one that I was issued breathed a little bit better than that. I think it's because it was fucking wore out and I'm possibly going to die from a chemical attack in it, but...
Probably.
Sound quality better. Fuck you, too. You guys are mean. I'm telling you, you're always mean to me. You're never mean to him. Why? I'm the better looking, nicer one. He's a dick.
Because Matt is the lovable, cuddable one. I gotta fluff myself up.
You're about as useful as a cock-flavored lollipop.
And this bitch fogging up, yo. I can't see a fucking...
I can tell it's starting to fog up.
Woo! I can't see shit. Which is good because I don't have to look at him. All right. So, like I said, this is... Dude, there's like spider webs in this thing and stuff. They're touching my lips. It's driving me crazy.
Well, if there's spider webs in it, maybe they're spideys.
Meat group. All right, let's move right along.
Of the Palestinian people, my people, by the way, and I have the authority to say this. If they disown me, if they label me as a traitor, they can say whatever they want to say. I sacrificed a lot for the sake of Palestine, of Islam, even of Hamas. I spent 27 months in Israeli prisons. I grew up witnessing the first Palestinian Intifada, and I had no idea what was going on. As a child, I was fed with hatred that Israel was our enemy, and Israel was the source of our suffering, while the Palestinian leaderships, from Yasser Arafat to Mahmoud Abbas to Abu Jihad, all of them were sitting in Tunisia, spending billions of dollars. In the meantime, they were sending children to die, throwing stones, facing Israeli soldiers. I was one of them. They used us. They sent us to the slaughterhouse. They wanted us to die. The shepherd thought, how many sheep I'm going to sacrifice today to get the attention of the world, so maybe we get some more funds. So they decided to slaughter 100 sheep, 200 sheep. Then Hamas came later on, 20 years later, and they did the same thing, using children and women as a human shield in Gaza Strip. Then we have now a new mask for the shepherd, and written on it BDS, to manipulate the international community, create chaos.
Yes, Matt, I'm very well aware this is probably going to go bad, but I honestly just don't care because, like I said, most people don't know the history between the two nations. In fact, one of them isn't even a nation. It was never recognized as a nation, so therefore it's just a fucking parking lot. To give you a brief history before we finish out the audio of this, just a very brief one. Not so long ago, Egypt did not recognize Palestine. They did not want them. They were actually supposed to be absorbed into Egypt. You know, they were supposed to be absorbed into Lebanon? And Lebanon said no and stuff like that because they recognized them as being a problem. Not that all Palestinian people are problems. I know a couple Palestinian people. I'm not friends with them, but I know them. And they're actually fairly cool people. Of course, they don't live in Palestine anymore. They're just Palestinian by birth. And they say this constantly, and guess where they worked? And it wasn't in Palestine. Take a guess where their job was and how they ended up with a work visa here. Take a wild guess. Starts with an I. Israel. A company several companies in Israel. Two of these people worked for the same company, but they had a job in Israel and they needed some help here in the States at their thing here, and they got a work visa, and now they're actually filing to be, U.S. citizens through the front door, mind you. and they'll still continue to work for the Israeli company.
They're very good at doing that. Whether you call it intifada, you create chaos. In a state of chaos, you distract everybody, and the thief knows how to find a way. Same thing now, on a global scale. They are manipulating the friends of Israel, the only democracy in the Middle East, the only true democracy. While the shepherd, by the way, is not legitimate anyway. You know, somebody, they sit here in this house of shame. I agree with you, Mr. Daniel. I agree. They don't represent the Palestinian people anyway. Who are you representing? The Palestinians in the West Bank or the Palestinians in the Gaza Strip? You are representing greed. Wearing the mask with what so-called Palestinian cause. You're a liar. You're a Lucifer. And at some point, you will be unmasked. If they were sincere and truthful in their approach towards peace, they would go and educate the Palestinian people, first of all, of the actual history, not their history. To compare Israel to apartheid of the South Africa. This is no comparison. The state of Israel, I know terrorists when I spent time in prison who had blood on their hands of Jewish people, and they had the right to go to schools and study and achieve higher degrees from Israeli schools. In Jerusalem, the Israeli government give the Muslims the right to worship on Temple Mount, and in the meantime does not give the right to the Jewish people to practice their religious freedom on Temple Mount. Me saying it somewhere else. The sheep thinks that the shepherd their best friend. The shepherd provides water, food, and creates the illusion for the sheep that it's protector. Sometimes wearing a mask, a political mask, in the West Bank or Tunisia or other locations, sometimes wearing an ideological and religious mask in Gaza or maybe other capitals of the Arab world. They have their own way to deceive the sheep and make the sheep dependent on them.
Sound familiar?
But unfortunately, by the time the sheep realized that the shepherd was not their best friend or the protector of their interest, they're already in the slaughterhouse. This is the reality of what's happening in the Middle East.
That's not just a reality of the Middle East. That's a reality of pretty much all around the fucking world. What did I say before? Absolute power corrupts abso-fucking-lutely. It's happening here. Why do you think they want to push for all these programs where they give you free shit? Because it's not free. Somebody's got to pay for it. But the reason why they want to do that is because they want to keep their phony baloney jobs. Why? Because they want to keep the power. They want to make sure they keep you under that fucking boot. And they know as long as you give them free shit, you'll be dumb enough to vote for them to get it. Who's the bitch now? But that's exactly what it's like in Palestine in Israel. Okay, that let me be relatively clear about one thing. The Palestinians themselves are not bad people. Hamas is running them. They are the bad people. so many there's an overwhelming majority of Palestinian people who, by the way, they can't speak out because they'll get fired off a fucking 2-story building. Don't think that's not real, because it is. They throw people off a building just for the fun of it. Hamas does. They kill them just for the hell of it. But if they don't do what Hamas says, they kill their families.
Mm-hmm.
All right? The Palestinians do not want this problem. They want to actually be friends with Israel. Why? Because Israel is the ones that is actually helping them. As much as the bullshit that's going on in the Gaza Strip and everybody's saying, oh, well, it's, Israel is doing bad things. The Zionists are doing bad things to the Palestinians. Bullshit. Actually, they're the ones giving them jobs. They're the ones giving them help. Why do you think during when this conflict started just recently that they were able to shut off water and power? Because they are giving them the water and the power. They give them food. They give them medical. They give them everything. They want, literally, the only thing that Israel wants is to be left the fuck alone. They want to be friends with the Palestinians, or did. I don't blame them for not wanting to be friends now. Would you? If somebody fucking walked into the United States and just started wholesale killing your friends and your family, would you want to be friends with them? Would you sit there and be like, you know what? I understand your pain. So I'm going to go to the University of Madison, Wisconsin and be like, go Hamas. No, you're going to be like, I'm going to kill this motherfucker. You're going to be like, we need to do something about this shit. What do you think Israel's doing? 1 Samuel 17, David and Goliath. Yeah, I'm not a theology scholar, so I couldn't really tell you too much about that. I know where you're going at with that, but not enough. The Jews were the first on the Temple Mount, if I remember correctly. It is written in the Bible. Yes, it's also in the Torah. But to give concessions, that's the thing. Is that the Jewish authorities said that they will allow the Palestinians to worship at Temple Mount. The biggest gesture in all of gestures to say we don't want any problems, we want to be friends, is to do exactly what they did, but they're being shit on. You figured for thousands of years, they just fucking get used to it, right? For thousands of years, they've been the scapegoat. Today is no different. And still to this day, I mean, we got people that are supposedly patriots. Again, I'm going to say supposed patriots because they're not fucking patriots, they're shitbags. That believe in this shit. They believe that just like they said with with Ukraine, oh, the Ukraine is fucking terrible and the Russians are doing a good thing. You're not a fucking patriot. Okay, you're a moron. Same thing with this. If you're saying that Israel's the problem and that Palestine is justified, or not Palestine, but Hamas, not Palestine, is justified in what they did, you're doubly a shitbag and you're definitely not a fucking patriot, because you seem to be siding only with the terrorists. Every fucking time. You don't know anything about the history between any of this shit. You don't, like I said, again, with those little publications of 5 to 15 minutes of your fucking attention span, this is what you go with. Why is it hard for people to do this thing called thinking, or to absorb information from all directions and make a decision on what they've learned, as opposed to going, the first thing that pops up because it might be for me, then there we go. But see, that's the thing, Patriot Night, the whole America First thing. What do you think Israel's doing? The people that everybody labels as evil, I talked about this last week. The people that everybody labels evil, those evil Zionists and stuff like that, that's Israel. That's the Israel First people. That's our version of the American First. And I get where you're going with that too, with us sending money or supplies or anything else like that to Israel. But you also got to remember, we actually kind of helped build Israel, and we promised in the 1940s that we would watch over them. And that became from us just watching over them and just giving them money to us getting a tit for tat. They do stuff for us, we do stuff for them. Most of our medical technology comes from Israel.
Mm-hmm. Israel has a lot of breakthrough in the medical field.
Yeah, we're not giving them money for nothing. We give money for their defense. They give us their medical technology. They also help us with, believe it or not, I can't believe I'm going to say this, with agriculture in areas too, because they figured out how to grow shit in the fucking desert.
Yep.
There's a lot of things that people just need to understand. I got to work the 31st and the 1st. That's terrible. I'm going to be gorging myself on candy and touching myself inappropriately with a bottle of bourbon. I said that out loud, didn't I?
Mm-hmm. That was your outside voice.
I hate when it happens. Worst over is Patriot asked for a video. Love you, buddy. No, I get what you I honestly I do. I get what you're saying, Patriot. But unfortunately, when it comes to America First, I have a different outlook for a very specific reason. Because in order to be America First, you have to watch out for your friends too. Because those friends are what's helping us. I know that for some reason it doesn't make sense to people, but a lot of the gross exports of even sunflower seeds and wheat and stuff like that come from the Ukraine. Like I said, a lot of our medical technology and everything else like that comes from Israel. Some of our military technology actually comes from Israel. Why? Because they have to invent ways to fuck people up. Because people are constantly bothering them. There's a lot of things that people leave out. Holy shit!
It's story.
Okay, the show's over. We got problems. But what I'm saying is people need to they need to listen. They need to understand. They need to utilize all this information and absorb it and understand it. I mean, here's how to put this in the best way possible. Do you think when we do this show, do you think when we do an article get into an article or get into a rant or comments and everything else like that it comes from a singular source? Do you seriously believe that? Because I'll tell you what, the reason why we only have one show a week, other than the fact that we have lives, and this isn't our day job, we don't have writers. So we have to do the information ourselves. We have to pull this information, and we get it from all directions. Do you think I don't watch CNN on occasion to see what they're fucking doing? Yes, it gives me a rash, but I do it. Do you think I occasionally pop on Fox to make fun of them? Yeah, they're my favorite to fuck with because they're not what everybody thinks they're made out to be either. But a lot of the information I like to pull up actually comes from like C-SPAN or archives or historical stuff, because that stuff is a lot harder to lie about. It really is, because if you get it from multiple sources and multiple sources say the same thing, there's a possibility it's probably going to be true. I mean, even some of the information that I did on the Second World War, I have Matt's seen the paperwork. I've showed you guys some of the photos of it, and it's not redacted, but it's in fucking Russian. The Russian paperwork that I got from the Russian archives to do a particular project, particular story. I wanted to see how their version of events correlated with the version of events from like Germany and the U.S. and stuff like that. And it was almost, there was a few little changes, of course, but it was almost the same. That's how you got to get things. That's how you got to get your information. Exactly, Christina, and among other things. Voted for Manchow. Oh, low blow. Christina got hit. Christina says, Ukraine had nukes to defend itself. We talked them into getting rid of them. If we defend them, foreign countries are naive to trust a government that changes radically every 4 years. This is true. And also, you don't forget that the Russians said, if you give up your nukes, we will leave you alone. And the first thing they did after they got rid of the nukes is fucking attack them. Yes. Does anyone here in chat usually watch Redacted? I have. I'm going to have to turn Matt onto that. I don't think he's ever seen it.
I don't think I have either.
But you guys know where I'm going with this. With my tiny little rant on research and understanding information, and having these critical skills called absolutely being able to think and absorb information. You know where I'm going with this. Welcome to the gray area. It's not black and it's not white. There's a gray area. And the gray area is where people should live. The gray area is where people get the information. They absorb the information and like, you know what? That actually makes sense. Or, all this bullshit that they're pushing on the news, or, these little publications that have no fucking merit. Maybe they're not so right. Maybe there's something wrong with them. Maybe there's something to this. That's where the gray area is. And I've said this before, if it makes people hate me for this, hate away, bitch. I don't care. Matt, do you have something to add to my rant? Because I've been going at it for a little bit. Okay, he's taking his time.
Ooh, no.
You don't have anything to add to this? Does anybody else have anything to add to this? I'm serious. Like I've said before, you guys are equally as important to this radio show as I am. I'm just a fucking host. So, what do you guys think about that? Yes, I forgot to fix another one. I'm fixing it right now. Matt's busy drinking. Yeah, and I agree with the other Matt too. I really was desperately trying to get the little hose, and I forgot that there's a valve inside of it that doesn't work unless you put it into the fucking.
Mm-hmm.
So I was trying desperately. I'm trying to get the valve to go and stuff like that. So I kept messing with it. I'm like, I can't get my bourbon. I got to take this thing off. I can't get a drink of bourbon. Dude, did you say Shlomo sand?
Yep, that's what it says. Shlomo sand.
All right. No, I'm asking you guys. This is an open fucking forum, okay? That's what this show is. I want to know what you guys think. Do you think I am wrong in my approach of actually thinking critically? Do you think I'm wrong in my approach of saying welcome to the gray area and helping to teach people that there is a gray area, and it doesn't matter that if the left says it's right, sometimes maybe it is. If the right says it's right, sometimes maybe it is. If the independents say it's right, sometimes it is. Okay, it's called being able to understand the situation from a broad spectrum, and instead of having this tunnel vision. Instead of putting them fucking horse blinders on and going like this and looking into one area, you got to be able to think critically. You got to be able to understand the information that's given to you. And I'll go as far as some of the ones that I've seen that constantly, you know which ones I'm talking about. Okay, they'll get into a forum or they'll get on Facebook or into some chat or something like that. And if they're posting articles constantly, and I'm talking within 5 minutes of each other, bang, 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 they're not reading that shit.
Yeah.
What they're doing is they're finding the title that fits what they think personally, and they're throwing it up there without actually reading it. Tell me that's not fucking true.
The only exception I would give to that is those people that throw it up there and then they tag it with "to read later" because they don't want to lose the article. Because I do that sometimes. I'll throw an article up and it's like "to read later."
No, I mean I'll show you one. It's on a it's on a different chat, but I'll show you one. It'll blow your fucking mind. I'll scroll up a little bit. Okay. All right, look. See that one right there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, watch.
Yeah, they're just spamming the feed.
It's still going. Those are the fuckers that I'm talking about that do not read anything. They do not absorb information, but damn it, they're the fucking authority on anything you talk about.
Mm-hmm.
You, Brandon, and Tino are the only ones I know who are normal people. Wait, when the fuck did I become normal? Normal people scare me because they have something to hide. But I love you, buddy. And yes, I do read your emails. Unfortunately, I'm a real asshole and I forget to fucking reply back half the time. Speaking of which, Christina, I will send you my email in the Machine Radio Show chat since you were nice enough to contact us, and I'm an asshole and haven't done so. It's always been bullshit and not necessary, Matt. We know that. Now I was too nice. Oh, fucker. Low blow. Matt says, I like the gray area and I don't think you're in the wrong. But I think the war in Ukraine with Russia and now the fighting with Hamas, it's all just bullshit and not necessary. It's not necessary. Russia should have never went into the Ukraine. Hamas should have never paraglided into a fucking music festival with unarmed civilians. I agree with that. I think it's bullshit. And I mean, going all the way back to through their history. Both of them. It shouldn't happen. History should teach us what does happen if it goes through. If that makes sense. But dude, I missed so many fucking comments here. Story says you're right. Don't tell anybody that. Am I supposed to disagree? Yes, fucker. You can disagree if you want. That's what this show is for. Facts don't care about feelings. You know that's true. No, I use the same approach. Awesome. And he says he also lives in a gray area. First says he was too nice. That's right in his feels, man. I feel funny. He hurts me. All right, well, just because I feel like it, I got the song and I'm going to play it because I think it fits kind of me. So we'll be right back.
With
All right, and we are back. I think we are. At least I'm talking. Am I talking? Dude, it suddenly got fucking warm in here.
Yeah.
You were bitching about it being cold earlier, and I'm like,
I know,
oh my
it
God,
was
it's
like-
fucking hot now.
Yeah, it was almost to the point that I was going to go need to get a blanket or something.
But yeah, hey, good night. We'll see you again. Sherman, I promise I will send you a message because I keep fucking forgetting. I'm terrible.
You'll forget.
I'll forget. Matt will remind me. He's like my secretary bitch. Well, the unofficial one.
Excuse me.
Oh no, it's definitely hot in this room. It's not the bourbon. I will send you a message. I'll do it tomorrow. I'm sure you will. Anyhow, we got a few minutes left, and we really don't have anything else for you. So now is the time. This is the open forum floor. You guys can ask us about the show, not about the show. You can ask us about personal lives, whatever else like that, and we'll talk to you. Ask away. Everybody always has questions. Take your time. And we have people ask about, we've been asking a multitude of questions. So, I mean, we're okay with it. You can ask it to Matt. You can ask it to me. You can ask it to both of us. We don't care. We'll talk to you. My ear balls are sweating. Disney versus Daily Wire versus South Park. How do those three go together again? I would take Daily Wire and put it in South Park. How's that? Honestly, I think I would trust the news from South Park than I would anything else. But definitely, I mean, I grew up on Ren and Stimpy and Beavis and Butthead, so, How often do you work out, Matt?
I currently fell off the bandwagon. I will be starting back up Monday.
Starting back up Monday?
Yes.
You do still need to come over and hold the pads and see if I can actually nail them, which means you're going to have to do the same. Yeah, not so many years ago. It feels like forever ago. We used to do that, and nobody really liked holding the pads for me because I hit like a heavyweight. Right now, I think I hit like a feather. I don't even think I can remember the combinations or if I can lift my leg to do a kick.
But when I'm on my circuit, I generally work out 5 to 6 days a week.
Earballs, that sounds nuts. Awesome. I like that one. Going to see Joe Coy. Joe Coy's awesome. One of my favorite ones from him is when he was talking about his son painting his nuts to look like the Hulk. I was like, that's funny. That's something I would have done. Pinky and the Brain, of course. Yeah, I know.
Oh, that's right.
I like it. Yeah, I see where you're going with that now. That's perfect. Yeah, that fits.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, I'm not a fandom geek like this guy over here. But I do have some interesting stuff. I mean, I've got little gremlins all over my desk. That's the funny thing is you look over, you see a World War II K ration. You look in the corner, there's a two World War I artillery shells, and then there's a fucking flasher from the gremlins, doing his little thing. And then the one with the fucking popcorn on his head, smoking a cigarette. I got him sitting in the corner. And the lament configuration from Hellraiser.
Yep.
He got that for me. But I got you what? Fucking D&D dice and a special set of playing cards.
Yep.
Not the nudie cards, you sick fucks. All right, ask some more questions. Need a circumcision?
Just put some ice on it. You'll be all right.
Yeah, I don't think this one's going to do it, though. I mean, it's too big for one, but I think the blade's not sharp enough.
Yeah.
I'm the moyer extraordinaire. Sometimes, we put your little thingy in the machine, just nip the tip.
I forgot. I already got one of those.
No ways we're probably going to get that movie, but us. Blinken? How did you know that was coming? I heard that coming from a mile away. Then he runs into the fucking tree. Yeah, I finally got a Speaker of the House. I'm not too sold on him. I think it would have been more fun if we would have gotten Jim Jordan, to be honest with you, because Jim Jordan's an ass. So I was kind of looking forward to that one. But I mean, we had the fucking Crypt Keeper for years.
Yeah.
No, I was saying that the cutter was too big to do the job. It's see, she got it.
Yep. What part of Georgia are you from? South Central?
We're men in tights. Tights. Still one of the best movies out there. And of course, if you're going to throw that one in there, you got to have Blazing Saddles.
Mm-hmm.
And if you have Blazing Saddles, you got to have some of the South Park side shoot movies like Basketball and Orgasmo. Yes, Orgasmo to me is funny as hell. But then again, you'd have to throw in Porky's too.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the best sequence of events in Porky's ever happened to be when his dick was through the fucking, when she went to the office.
Yeah.
I got an idea. We can just have the police send over one of them sketch artists. You know how many, they said they did over 40 takes of that and they could not get her to stop laughing, so they finally just went with it because they couldn't do any more takes. Spaceballs, Mac and Me. What was the other one? Meatballs or Screwballs.
Screwballs, yeah.
Yep. And, oh shit, there's a bunch of them. Yeah, what are you doing, Blinken? I guess no one's coming. Then he falls out of the fucking stand. I can see, and he runs into the tree. I was wrong. Yeah, Mel Brooks was a genius. I loved Mel Brooks movies. But then again, some of the stupid ones I like the Monty Pythons. The Quest for Holy Grail, Life of Brian. Yeah, biggest dickus. I'm going to use that in one of our cuts. I'm going to use the biggest dickus thing. Like, who are you? Biggest dickus. Yeah, I'm seriously going to do a new adept, and I think that's going to go together. All right, guys, one more question, then we're gonna head out. We ain't Patronite. We're combing the sand. You guys found anything yet? No, not yet.
What about you guys? We ain't found anything.
We ain't found shit. Keep firing, assholes. Great. I'm going to fucking watch that movie now.
I said over her nose, not up it.
Sorry, sir. I'm doing my best. We could do an entire ad lib of this. You know it, right? I've seen that movie so many fucking times. I could probably pull that off. He's an asshole, sir. Well, yes, I know, but
yeah, I know. That's what I know. No, that's his name. Major asshole.
He's my cousin. How many assholes we got on this ship anyway?
The whole crew stands up.
Keep firing, assholes. They've gone to plaid. You know, it's where Tesla got the fucking plaid car, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know how long people tried to figure that out, and the rest of us are just sitting there fucking us, Gen Xers and shit are sitting there going, he named the car Plaid. We'll never buy one, but fucking hilarious either way. I'm sure I got some movies, Christina, that would probably fuck you up, though. I mean, like I said, have you seen Orgasmo? It's one of the most obscure comedies ever. There was like nobody that's ever watched it, and it's one of the funniest things ever. One of the greatest movies of all time, comedy-wise, that did not get popularity, which should have, honestly, was How High?
Yeah.
Method Man and Red Man?
Yep.
He's going to buy a giant pick, he says. I don't want to sound Orgasmo. I don't want to sound like a queer or anything, but you're pretty hot right now. There's just a lot of fucking stupid movies. Okay. Wait. Instead of us asking you something, I got something to ask you. How many of you have watched F is for Family? Or Brickleberry, or Paradise PD, or Big Mouth. Have you watched Big Mouth yet?
I've seen season 1.
That's the most fucked up thing ever, isn't it?
It is. It is fucked up.
It makes F is for Family look normal.
Mm-hmm. It does.
But have you seen F is for Family? Or Brickleberry, or Paradise PD? Holy shit, they haven't.
Wow.
We're gonna have to give them a list. Okay, we'll make you guys a deal. What we're gonna do is we're going to list all of these on the Machine Radio Show Facebook and be like, go watch this shit. Why? Because we're politically incorrect and we just don't give a fuck. I mean, come on. Did you see our profile photo at one point? It's the fucking Grinch. And it says green and salty, just like my nuts. My account on one of my streaming platforms is Maury from fucking Big Mouth. Where he's holding all the dicks.
Yeah.
The name of the game is Jizzkit. Yep, I'm gonna have to list you guys. Seriously. All right. Here.
Hey, I'm currently watching. I'm just about through all the seasons of Bob's Burgers.
Mm. I guess since I told them to watch Big Mouth, they should be watching Human Resources too. See you guys. See you, man. I'll catch you later on the side. And of course, one of our personal favorites, Trailer Park Boys. I can't believe there's rednecks in this world that have not watched Trailer Park Boys. They're almost more redneck than we are, and they're from fucking Canada. All right, guys, we should probably get out of here, though. But I listed all those. Seriously, you guys got to look those up. Look up the trailers on YouTube. It's probably going to destroy your brain.
Mm-hmm.
You want some of that Argyle meth? How dare you? He says he has no desire to watch Trailer Park Boys.
I'm not a pessimist. I'm an optometrist.
Yeah, I mean, you can get two birds stoned at once, you know.
All the Ricky-isms.
Yeah. I mean, we're going to have to get you to, put 2 turnips in heat. Big Mouth is probably the most fucked up one of them all. I'm not joking. It's like watching Moral Oral on steroids.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I used to, dude, when I got home at night, I had my wife watching this shit. I was watching Moral Oral, Metalocalypse, and Aqua Teen Hunger Force constantly. Meatwad was my dude, man. Meatwad, get the honey, see. All right, guys, we're going to get out of here for the night. It's hot as fuck in here. But seriously, as per usual, we say it every week. We love you guys. We're proud to have you with us. Like I said, again, tell 5 friends, tell those friends to tell 5 friends, and join us. We don't always do political talk radio. We do actually do other things. I like showing people that. I do a few, historical things or some comedy stuff and everything else like that. I'm trying to drag this poor bastard on kicking and screaming too, doing some of these. But it's a good time. Robot Chicken is the shit. I like Robot Chicken. But sir, yeah, get us out there because we really don't have the money for advertisement. We cannot branch out onto other services because we don't have the money. So you're helping us out, and you guys get to have a good time doing it. I mean, it's a good time, is it not? And I'll be doing other lives. I'll do other lives on my phone and stuff like that, where I'm just doing things around the shop or something like that, and just pester you guys and see what you're doing. Sometimes it's just fun. You never know. Maybe he might come in and hang out and we'll just do some goofy shit or something.
Mm-hmm.
But we are out of here for the night. Thank you very much for joining us once again, and we will see you later.
Yeah, you guys enjoy Sam Hain.
Oh, yeah.
Love you guys.
We out.
Yeah.